What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Better Baseball. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy. Hope everybody had an amazing weekend. It is Monday, March 27th. It is 12:02 p.m., bro. And life is great if you're a Yankee fan. Life is great if you're a baseball fan in general, because opening day is what? 2-3 days away? Bro, we're close. I don't know math, but we're super close to opening day. Hope everyone's doing great. We have a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. We're finally, since we're close to baseball season, we finally have some, cool things to discuss. But shout out to everybody in the live chat. Shout out to everybody watching on replay. In the live chat, we got AB, Lori, J Mata, Majestical Chicken. Appreciate you all for stopping by. You guys are all legends in your own right. But I think to start things off today, we have to talk about Anthony Volpe. Obviously, with opening day quickly approaching, teams are making their roster decisions. And the Yankees made a big one because one of the top prospects in Major League Baseball, Anthony Volpe, will be the Yankees' opening day shortstop, which is great news for a fan base, bro, that hasn't had a solidified shortstop at the position in years. We're talking about the number one shortstop prospect in all of baseball, Anthony friggin' Volpe. I like that. Volpening day. Volpe. Let's go. And then in topic number 2, we're going to be talking about the best shortstop in Major League Baseball with a special guest, content creator Bree Delio. What's the dealio? You tell me. Okay. And then topic number 3, bro, not going to lie, I had to pivot this topic 5 minutes ago because I had this all set up this morning. I set it up. My topic number 3 was going to be a topic I was very passionate about, and that's whether or not the Phillies should sign Luke Voit. Then I just found out 5 minutes ago that the Brewers signed him to a major league deal. So we'll talk about that. I'll tell you guys why I think Luke Voit is super underrated. Maybe a little, Yankee focus stream today? I don't know. But, dude, we have a lot to talk about. Getting right into topic number 1, that is Anthony friggin' Volpe. Like I said, the Yankees announced yesterday that he's going to be on the opening day roster, and it looks like he's going to be batting 9th in the order. This is a huge, huge move for the New York Yankees, especially a team that's coming into the season plagued by injuries. There wasn't much to be excited about if you're a Yankee fan coming into the season. However, now, the excitement levels for Yankees opening day has gone from a 2. Now I think we're at a 9 or a 10. Any Yankee fans in the chat disagree with that take there? Because, bro, as a Yankee fan myself, I'm ecstatic. And not going to lie, I'm pretty surprised by Volpe making the opening day roster. Just because we know now that if the Yankees would have kept him in AAA for the first, 16 days of the season, they would have gained an extra year of service time. But also at the same time, I think if he finished in the top 3 in Rookie of the Year voting, I would have counteracted it. I don't know, bro. The bottom line is that he's on the opening day roster. He's going to be batting 9th, and he's going to win Rookie of the Year. Going on the record right now and saying that, Anthony Volpe will easily win American League Rookie of the Year. Probably unanimous vote, because let's just be real. I don't see anybody who could kind of compete. Let's just be real. Who else in the American League is in conversation for Rookie of the Year? Because I can't tell you. Just throwing that one out there. Jay Mott says fans probably would have rioted. Bro, they would have. The Bronx would have been burning on Thursday afternoon if the Yankees didn't call up Anthony Volpe. Just throwing that out there. And also, I'm not sure if you guys saw the video, but it was kind of wholesome because Aaron Boone's we know you crushed it this spring, but I don't know why I'm giving him a surfer dude accent. He's I know you crushed it this spring, but tough decisions have to be made sometimes. And Volpe's I understand. And then Aaron Boone's we think that progress could be made in the Bronx. Okay, now that's country, dude. You get the point. He kind of tricked him at first, and then he pulled the trigger. But I was looking at Twitter before, just because I wanted to pull up this picture of Volpe and Jeter. But I found this absolute gem, bro. This is from 2014. Whoever the hell Rochelle Olsen is knew about Anthony Volpe in 2014. Because look at the date on this tweet, bro. July 14th, 2014. She tweeted, Anthony Volpe and his Jeter autograph. What did she know that we didn't? Because that's weird, bro. We're talking 9 years ago. What did Rochelle know that we all didn't? Clearly she knew a lot. But this is the picture that I wanted to pull up. This is... Oh, my boy Dan tweeted this out. This is Volpe and Jeter as a kid, bro. And now Volpe is taking over for Jeter as the Yankees' new star shortstop. Obviously, they had Didi in the time being. Obviously, they threw Glaber there. They threw IKF. But Volpe is carrying over that legacy as the guy. young shorts, bro, full circle. It's insane how life works, dude. Insane. Imagine telling little Anthony Volpe here that he was going to be the Yankees' 2023 starting shortstop. Insane, bro. You love to see it, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, who knows? Like, maybe one day I could be the Yankees starting shortstop. You know it's not. I think we all know it's not happening. But regardless, one thing I do want to point out, just regarding Volpe in general, it's really, really weird that a Major League Baseball player is now younger than me. I don't know if, like, this is kind of a self-reflection now into realizing, like, yo, Pat, maybe you're getting old. But I saw an interview with Volpe the other day, and he was talking, he was like, oh, yeah, born in 2001. Bro, I was born in 2000. This is the first time I could, like, remember a New York Yankee being younger than me. I'm not going to lie, it's a weird feeling because I'm like, I don't know how to react. I don't know whether it's, like, that's cool or whether that's sad because I'm getting old. Like, bro, I'm only 22, but it's kind of like a reflection on me now. So, whatever. Jose says, me and my friend took a pic with Anthony Volpe and Austin Wells. That's cool. Bro, Austin Wells, another stud in the Yankees organization. Bro, the Yankees have a lot of studs coming up soon. But regardless, my expectations for Anthony Volpe this year are pretty decent. I mean, I'm looking at a guy who, even though he is going to start in the Yankees lineup as their 9-hitter, I think by mid-May, early June, he will be their leadoff hitter. I say give it like a month and a half, and Volpe will be the Yankees' leadoff hitter. Also, yo, someone correct me in the chat. Is it Volpe? I'm pretty sure it's Volpe. Volpe sounds nicer than Volpe, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to stick with Volpe for now. But regardless, I think that he kind of provides the Yankees lineup with something that they desperately need, in the sense of, I want to say he's kind of like 4-tool. I know he doesn't really have like the best arm in the world, and his defense is decent, but obviously with the bat, he hits to all fields. He can hit with power. I think him in Yankee Stadium, I think he's going to abuse that right field porch, bro. I just seeing his swing, bro. He has like nice opposite field power. And then obviously we know he could hit for contact, and his base running / speed is really what's going to be huge. So I think easily, Jay Mata just put in the chat, I think a 2020 season is easy for Volpe this year. That's 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases. I think that's what I'm looking at the bare minimum. Bro, don't sleep on a 30-30 season from Anthony Volpe this year. Don't sleep on it, bro. I know that might be like one of the hottest takes you've heard all year. Don't care. A 30-30 season for Anthony Volpe is very possible this year. I don't know about 40-40. 40-40 maybe next year. But this year, bro, do not sleep on 30-30. We're talking about a guy with elite speed. We're talking about a guy who, I think once he comes up to the Bronx, that power is going to go up. We've seen it play out multiple times with top Yankee prospects in the past. Gleyber Torres was never supposed to be a power hitter. And now all of a sudden he's like hitting 20, 25 home runs a year. I don't think he'll ever be like 2019 Gleyber, but you guys get the drift. If it was 2019 with the juice balls, yeah, he's probably hitting 40. But regardless, I think that this is huge, bro. This is always like the best part of these days leading up to opening day, where we find out like these top prospects are being called up to the majors. We saw it with Jordan Walker of the Cardinals. They did the whole sit down, fake you out, like you're actually called up. It's a fun time of year. And now, I mean, opening day in the Bronx, bro, it's going to be electric. Like I said, I mean, the excitement levels kind of went up by 1,000, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, bro, just keep an eye out on Anthony Volpe this year. But we're speaking of shortstops. We're speaking of some of the top shortstops in the league. Bro, obviously, Anthony Volpe is going to be one of those guys in a couple years. But going into topic number 2, we had a little sit-down interview conversation discussion with content creator Bree Delio about the best shortstop in Major League Baseball. Bro, I'm not going to lie, her take is a little bit different than mine. But, yo, let's get right into that. We're here for a special little segment here. We're talking about the best shortstop in Major League Baseball. Joined by a special guest, we have content creator extraordinaire, Bree Delio. Bree, how are we doing on this fine Monday afternoon?
I am absolutely great. It's nice and warm, here in the city, so I'm excited. Baseball season's right around the corner. We talked about this, 5 days, I believe?
Listen, I don't know math. Like, we could be 3, we could be 4. Like, it depends how you want to count days. All I do know, opening day is on Thursday. We're really looking forward to it. And that's why I figured, we could spark up a little debate here, kind of exchange thoughts in terms of the best shortstop in Major League Baseball. Just because, I mean, obviously we know we're kind of in a period in baseball where I would say that we've never had more elite shortstops before. And I think that we see a debate all the time, kind of people picking what shortstop they think is the best. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on who you think the best shortstop in Major League Baseball as of right now is.
I mean, you did pick definitely a great option. Me being a Cubs fan, I am going opening day, so I'm super excited for that. And I will say, I just got a notification right before this that Dansby Swanson hit his first home run in spring training, so I am super excited for that. As much as I'm excited about, Dansby Swanson, especially for this season, I will say he might not be the best shortstop out there. This might be a little controversial, but I will always stand with Javier Baez. He is the best shortstop to ever exist, and he is the best American League shortstop. Forget Derek Jeter. I know you might be a Yankees fan. Forget Derek Jeter. We're putting the Javier Baez in the conversation today.
Okay, wait. Pause. Because now, like, listen, we're having the conversation best shortstop in Major League Baseball. The Jeter comment, like, that's a total shot at it. Like, that, there's no reason for that. But I will say, Javier Baez sucks. Like, let's be transparent with each other right here. He has had one of the biggest fall offs in recent history. Like, we went from looking at a guy who was like a perennial MVP candidate. I think he had like a 630 OPS last year on a Tigers team that sucks.
Okay, so here's my argument with this. With the Cubs, he was really good. Obviously, he wasn't our shortstop in the year that we won the World Series because we had Addison Russell. We don't talk about him very much, but, and I will say at the plate, he's definitely, he's not the best. But if we're talking defensively for shortstop, have you ever seen somebody play the way that Javier Baez does out there? Who, other than Javier Baez, gives you those iconic replays 24/7? So if you take offensive, strategy out of the game where he's swinging at pitches, in the other batter's box, at least he's consistent. I will say that. He is consistent. However,
consistently bad at the plate.
I do think defensively he is in the conversation for sure. And I stand by that. He is El Mago, baby. El Mago. You can't fight that.
Okay, defensively, he's good. I will give you that. Like, he has like those nice highlight plays defensively. But then what does that matter if he can't hit at the plate?
So the thing that makes me sad about Javi is he can. I describe this to people that it is a Javier Baez experience being a big fan of his, because a lot of people know. I will stand by Javier Baez till the day that I die. However, the Javier
and the lows are like they're like 6 feet under.
Low, tremendously low.
Okay, but now
is I will say he definitely got a lot more discipline with the Mets, and I think if he would have stayed with the Mets and like extended there, he would have been in like your conversation as best shortstop. Like he was taking pitches like nobody's business when he was with the Mets. However, when he signed with Detroit and turned down their offer, I think that's where he kind of went wrong. However, he's still elite on defense, and I stand by that.
I think you're missing the question. The question is best shortstop, not your favorite shortstop. So you're sitting here right now, you're saying like putting him above Carlos Correa, Francisco Lindor, Trey Turner. Javi's the guy for you.
If I'm looking at my team, say I'm making the draft.
Yeah.
He's a consistent man. I know what I'm getting. Okay. And he's consistently there out there on shortstop, making the best plays. And however, okay, you call me. He might not be the best shortstop, but I will stand by my man 24/7, okay? Who's yours? You haven't mentioned yours.
I'm going to give you mine because I think mine is kind of like, maybe it's an obvious pick, but I think it's the right pick. I think it's the correct choice, and that's Trey friggin' Turner. We saw in the World Baseball Classic. Now, listen, I think the World Baseball Classic was really just Trey Turner on that national stage, being able to showcase who he is. And when he first came up, Trey Turner, I think he came up like 2015. I'm not like too exact on when he did come up, but I don't remember him coming up as like a 5-tool guy. He has become a 5-tool player, and it's insane. And I think that he deserves every dollar of that contract he just signed with the Phillies. But I mean, you look at his defense, solid. It might not be like as highlighty as your boy, Javier Baez, but he gets the job done very nicely. And then also offensively, we're talking about a guy who not only hits for contact, but hits for power as well. Like he'll easily hit 20 home runs a season as a guy with elite speed as well. We're talking about one of the fastest players in Major League Baseball. And also, clearly, he shows up on the big stage. He won the 2019 World Series with the Nationals. I'm not too sure of the exact stats in the playoffs with the Dodgers the last couple of years, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't horrible. And then obviously what we just saw him do in the World Baseball Classic, he carried Team USA. Trey
Mhm.
Turner is not only my guy, he's the guy of the United States of America. He is Captain America, Trey Turner, and I'm so looking forward to seeing what he could do with the Phillies this year because I think he's going to take all of that momentum that he just got in the WBC, and I think he's going to carry it over into the season and he might have a career year. I really think so.
The thing is, I definitely agree with you there. If I was to pick anybody other than Mike, I would definitely go Trey Turner. And I had this conversation with somebody the other day. He's always been like a silent killer. Like when you're ranking shortstops, I feel like people always love to mention Fernando Tatis, Xander Bogaerts, Corey Seager, which I want to talk about. I think he's the most underrated shortstop out there personally. But I feel like Dansby Swanson, they'll even put him in a conversation before Trey Turner. However, I think the World Baseball Classic honestly got his name out there a little bit more because although he did win the World Series and he was with the Dodgers, he was always such a silent killer. And he's always been fun to watch. And I do think he's going to do really good with the Phillies, especially the way that he played in the World Baseball Classic. And did you see, I believe his first at bat in spring training, didn't he hit like a home run?
Yeah, yeah.
So I believe like if he's already doing that in spring training, I don't know if he's just on like a kick or something, but he's that silent killer that I think could arguably take the Phillies to win the NL East, especially once Harper comes back.
Okay, see, now this is like a totally different conversation, but I agree with you because the Phillies are my sleeper team in the National League. And obviously, I mean, losing Hoskins, likely for the season now, that's going to be a big hurt to their lineup. But I think just the addition of Trey Turner into that Phillies lineup where it really felt like they were missing one more bat like Trey Turner in that lineup to get the job done last year, I think they're really going to surprise a lot of people. And I think the only thing that might hold them back is the fact that the NL East is stacked. You're looking at the Braves, you're looking at the Mets, and you're looking at the Phillies. A lot of people are predicting them to finish in third place, but I think there's a chance they could win that division.
It's going to be an absolute bloodbath no matter what. The only thing that might concern me is I don't know how him and Alec Boehm are both going to handle that side of the field. I'm very curious about how that will be. But I do think the Phillies are going to be really good. The Mets getting Diaz out, that one hurts them so much
Yeah.
that I hate to say it, but the Mets might met again. I hate to say it because I love them and I love going to those games. It's just when you lose somebody as valuable as Diaz, I think not only does that hurt the game of baseball that we lost the best closer out there, but like what are they going to do when they're competing against the Braves who are already stacked and then the Phillies who got even more stacked when it comes to pitching and also defense and the big bat now that Trey Turner's hitting home runs every other week, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, we're on like that shortstop conversation, right? Let's kind of flip the script a little bit. This might be not nice, but who cares? Sometimes we can't be nice to everybody. Who do you think is the most overrated shortstop in Major League Baseball right now?
Ooh.
Because there's a lot of good ones, but I mean, some of them are kind of overrated too.
Who's yours? Hit me with yours and then I'll fire back.
Damn, you kind of flipped the script on me. Like I would say Javier Baez, but I kind of already dug into him a little bit.
Gosh. You
See,
can't.
this one hurts. This one hurts. I won't say Javi just for your sake here. I'm gonna go with Dansby Swanson, and it really sucks to say that just because it's like I think Dansby Swanson. I've gone on the record saying this numerous times. I think he's the most attractive player in the league. Like that hair beard combo, insane. But I think that on-field performance is a little bit overrated just because he had that stellar, I think 2021 season it was, when the Braves won the World Series. He was insane. And then he kind of took a step back in 2022, signed that contract with the Cubs. And I don't know. I just think that he's a little bit overrated. I think if we're giving him a grade ranking, like A through F, he's probably like a B minus.
See, you're not, it's just so crazy to me because we are talking about shortstops that could be overrated, but that's just because the market's so insane for shortstops right now that even though these guys might not necessarily be overrated, we're looking at the talent that they're playing against. I'm a Cubs fan, and I'll be honest, I absolutely am so excited for Dansby Swanson to be at shortstop. I think he's going to be better with us because he has Nico Horner helping him up the middle. And I think that duo will arguably be one of the best up the middle duos in baseball. And I think he did do very good with the Braves, and I would say not necessarily overrated, but he's not the best shortstop out there. However, with the Cubs, I really do think he's going to fit in well into not only our lineup, but also hitting at Wrigley Field. I think that's going to help his stats tremendously as well. The wind flies out there all the time as well. And I think just like being a shortstop at Wrigley is just something unique. And I think it's something he'll really enjoy, and you'll kind of watch it. Like, our team's not going to be the best. And I think that's also going to help him kind of take away and, carry out to be a better shortstop than he used to be prior, And I don't think necessarily overrated, but he's definitely not what I would want to sign in a sense if I had to pick out of all the shortstops.
One thing I will say before you give your most overrated guy, I'm high on the Cubs this year. Like, I know a lot of people aren't really thinking that they're going to be good. I think I predicted them to finish in second in the NL Central. I think that they could be a playoff team this year. I mean, because I think the thing with the Cubs this year is it's kind of like a Javy Baez thing, right? Like, I think the high is a potential of being so high, but I think the low is they have a potential of being one of the like worst teams in baseball just because there's so many question marks, right? Like, you're looking at guys like Cody Bellinger, Jameson Taillon, Dansby Swanson, Trey Mancini. Like, these are all guys that you need to be on their A game in order for the Cubs to be good this year. But I think that they could easily get that job done. But I mean, kind of like ignoring the Cubs combo. Who's your most overrated shortstop?
So the thing is, as much as I love Javy, I do have to go with him. So I'm going to avoid this conversation and give you my most underrated, okay?
No. Pause.
The script.
You just no, because we're sitting here having a conversation about the best shortstop in Major League Baseball. You just picked Javy as your best, and now he's also the most overrated.
It's a hard world loving Javy, man. And it goes up and down, and I stand by that. It's just, if you look at the shortstop market, I can't pick Sander. Most underrated, I would go Corey Seager. That man, I think he's going to be, everybody forgets that he was injured, right? And then he also just signed with Texas, so I think he's going to pop off this year. Kike, I also think is underrated. Like, we don't really have many overrated shortstops out there just because the market's so insane. And then when you look at other teams, especially like the Red Sox, they have people filling in like Kike Hernandez. And I can't put Adalberto Mondesi like in there as the conversation because he's not even going to be starting for them. However, maybe even Trevor Story. But the thing is if I put him, he's not even playing this year until later in the year. So I can't even have that conversation whether he's overrated or underrated because last year he was even playing second base. So I can't even tell if he's like going to be a good shortstop or not. However, I stand that Javy Baez is the best when it comes defensively, but his bat is what makes him overrated.
Okay.
When it comes to shortstop defensively, Javy Baez is it. He is what you want at shortstop. However, the bat is what makes him overrated, especially right now.
Okay. Listen, to wrap up this conversation, the last thing I will say about shortstops, keep an eye on Anthony Volpe this year. The Yankees just announced that he's going to be on the opening day roster. Do not sleep on him. Do not sleep on Volpe because I think by the All-Star break, there's a good chance that he could be in that conversation like top 5. Just saying.
Who was the shortstop? It was Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, correct?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It was a dark time. It was a real dark time. But also, I mean, there's Jeremy Payne.
We'll go Isaiah Kiner-Falefa then, but I knew he wasn't going to be there long.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap things up for this segment. Bree, thank you so much for stopping by. You want to let people know where to find you on the socials?
Yes, everybody. My TikTok, which is where you'll find most of my content, is What's the Dealio, DELIO. That's my last name. And then on Instagram, you can find me at Bree.Delio.
Sorry, I was muted. Bro, I'm going to be honest. That was the most insane conversation I've ever had in my life. First of all, don't know what the deal with Javy Baez is, but, dude, I'm just going to ignore it. Getting into topic number 3 here. Luke freaking Voit, bro. I told you guys before that I kind of want to talk about Luke Voit to the Phillies. Obviously, that didn't happen because he just signed a major league deal with the Cubs today, with the Brewers today. But I'm going to be honest, bro. This does nothing for me. It does absolutely nothing for me just for the sole purpose of the Brewers suck. Like, we did it, bro. We talked about this when we went over the NL Central power rankings. The Brewers, like, something about them gives me, like, the ick. You guys ever just get the ick from some things? The Brewers give me the ick, and it makes me really disappointed because a guy like Luke Voit, who kind of, like, feeds off energy and just provides energy to clubhouses, it makes me really upset that he's not able to be on a team like the Phillies, like the Padres, where he's like feeding off just that raw energy and he's just thriving. I think Voit is kind of like a one-dimensional player, sure, but I think that he provides just value to a team that I don't think you could kind of put in a stat column. And that's why I'm like super disappointed because, I was so hard on that like Voit to Philly bandwagon. Obviously, with losing Hoskins, they need a first baseman, and they don't really have like too many great in-house options. But yeah, bro, that really disappointed me a lot. But I think that Luke Voit is a potential like bounce back player of the year candidate. Is that's not really a thing, but it's kind of a thing in my book. Just because I think Voit kind of got lost in the sauce last year, being traded to Washington and then kind of like falling off the face of the earth just because they're so bad. But I don't know. I could totally see Luke Voit like making some sort of difference with the Brewers this year. I think there's a scenario where he could be their best hitter just because, like we said, the Brewers aren't a good team. And I think that every single year they're overrated, even though they have no players that like stick out to you on paper. I don't know what this Brewers vendetta I've kind of grown is, but it's happened. And I don't know. It is what it is. But going back to the Cubs conversation that I was talking about in topic number 2, I am really high on them this year. And I think they're going to be like a big reason why the Brewers are going to be so bad. Because I think the Cubs are going to take that next step up, and the Brewers are going to take a step down. Bro, we're talking about a team that traded away Josh Hader last year. Pretty sure they traded away somebody else, too. They just DFA'd Keston Hiura. He was supposed to be like their next big thing for a while. He fell off the face of the earth. Bro, something about the Brewers gives me the ick. I don't know what it is, but it does, bro. They always seem to just be mid every year and never get the job done. And that's what bothers me. So, sorry to any Brewers fans out there. That's just the boat I'm kind of rowing myself on right now. But regardless, I think that I'm just really excited in general because, dude, like I said, to kind of start things off, we're 2 days away from opening day. Today's Monday, so Tuesday, Wednesday. Bro, I don't count. So, okay, when you're like in a day, I don't count it. Like if someone asks you, yo, how many days until Christmas? And it's December 24th, you say none. It's tomorrow. So I don't count the day you're in. So we're 2 full days away from opening day because today's already halfway over. So get your popcorn ready, bro. Get your hot dogs ready. Call off work. Take off of school. Say you're sick. Okay, that might not be like the best advice, but there's only one opening day a year. There's many days of work in school a year. So I think you should call off, maybe go. If you're like in the vicinity of whatever team stadium you want to go. Or if you can't go, if your team's away, watch it on TV. Bro, it should be a national holiday. MLB opening day, bro, it borderline might be like the most thrilling opening day in all of sports. Let's be real. Like, sure, football is cool, but I feel like opening day is such a big deal because every single team plays on that one day. I don't think that works in football like that, or even basketball. Bro, MLB opening day is a national holiday. That's all I'm gonna say here. But yo, before we wrap things up, want to say, kind of like culminating everything, Anthony Volpe's a New York Yankee. He's going to be an all-star. He's going to be an absolute stud this year. Bring that one to the house, bro. Because you can write this down on a little Post-it. You know how I tell you guys like sometimes when I have like real big takes to write it down on a Post-it, slap it in front of you and kind of keep it for memory? Write down that Anthony Volpe's going to be an all-star this year. Write down that he's going to be a unanimous Rookie of the Year pick. Because, dude, I have no other thoughts in my mind besides that. He's going to be an absolute stud. I can't wait for him Thursday in the Bronx. But also, yo, shout out to Bree for joining the stream today. It was a good conversation despite the whole Javy Baez. Dude, I don't even want to talk about it. Whatever. And then, yeah, obviously Luke Voit. But, yo, appreciate everybody stopping by. Appreciate everybody who's watching on replay. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. We're going live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. But then starting next week, we're going live every single day of the week, bro. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I might alternate the time a little bit. Maybe we'll do like 2 night streams in that week, but who cares? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But right now, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. That'll be our last stream before opening day, and then I'll see you on Friday as well. But you guys know the deal. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you all next time. 2 days away from opening day, bro. Get hype. Also, yo, follow Betr Baseball on just about everything. You guys know the deal. Peace.